Hey everybody, Dr. Brian here, and if you watch my social media, you may have noticed at the beginning of September, I did a post about this vegan in Australia who took her neighbors to court because she claimed that she was entitled never to have to smell meat grilling on their grill. And that inspired me to post some pictures of some of my favorite things to grill. Well, I got some complaints from a couple of vegans, which further inspired me not only to keep showing you pictures of some of my favorite things to grill, but to actually do this, my very first cooking video showing you how to actually make one of my favorite things to grill. Now, there are other reasons for doing this besides just getting in the face of a couple of haters. One, I used to not know how to make anything except cereal. I used to eat pretty much every meal in a restaurant. And then I just got burned out and I decided to see if at least a few nights a week I could make things that were as good or better at home. And I found out that I could, but I didn't have any kind of videos like this to help me. So I watched some different shows and I looked some things up online. And I am by no means a chef. Not at all. I'm a hack, but I think that this could be helpful to some guys, for example, who might want to have a woman over for dinner and need to learn how to make something that she's going to like if she's not a vegan. You want to find that out first, of course, because these are going to be dishes featuring meat. But the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to cheat. I'm going to show you how to cut any corner that could possibly be cut. So, for example, tonight, I'm going to serve my meal with asparagus and rice on the side. And I'm going to show you how to find good microwavable, steam in the microwave versions of those that you can use that are going to still taste good. Now, the other thing is, this will cement my social media as the weirdest social media in all of social media, because where else on social media can you find the host posting about relationships and murder, and then an animals and wildlife post where he's picking up and showing you snakes, and then a post about politics, and then now a post about cooking. So our very first cooking post is going to be grilled swordfish with a lemon caper cream sauce. Now, I like swordfish because it's a little more forgiving on the grill than other types of fish. It has a good taste, but it's a little bit more of a steakish type consistency, so it's not going to fall apart and fall through the grill like other kinds of fish that you might have to do in some kind of foil or foil bag or something to keep them from falling all down through your grill grates. The other thing I like about it is, while I like the taste of swordfish plain, it does a really good job of absorbing and taking any kind of rubs or sauces that you want to put on it. So it will sort of acquire the taste of whatever you want to dress it up with. And so it makes it versatile because you can dress it up with lots of different things. And tonight we're going to dress it up with a lemon caper cream sauce that I'm going to show you how to make. Now, if you live in the Midwest like I do, obviously swordfish is not going to be available fresh. And people on the coast will tell you that that's a problem, and they're right, except I do have to say that you can get decent swordfish here in the Midwest that has been previously frozen, just thawed out carefully, gradually in the refrigerator, or if you have to, you can do a quick defrost in the sink, running it under cold water for about 20 minutes. But this is another reason why I like swordfish, because when you dress it up with the lemon caper cream sauce, for example, to me, it tastes almost as good as some of the fresh swordfish that I have when I go to the coast. Okay, so in a minute, I'll show you how we get the swordfish ready for the grill. But first, I want to get the sauce going because it's going to take us longer than the swordfish is going to take us to grill. So we're going to do a lemon caper cream sauce. The first thing we want to do is turn the pan heat on to medium. And we're going to pour just a little bit of olive oil in the pan here. You don't have to have a fancy brand of olive oil, just the store brand will do fine. Run it around a little bit to coat the bottom of the pan. And then what we're just going to do is we're going to line the bottom of the pan with our capers. And you've got to like capers to like this swordfish variant that I'm going to do tonight, but I do. And you can hear them starting to sizzle a little bit, maybe. Okay, so I've got the bottom of the pan about half covered, 2/3 of the way covered with capers. I think that's enough. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate them, half on one side, half on the other, and I'm going to just smash the half that are on one side of the pan and leave the others intact. And that'll release a little bit more of the flavor from the smashed ones and leave the intact ones, which I'm mixing together now, looking nice in the sauce. Okay, I'm going to reduce the heat now a little bit to medium-low, and I'm going to put in about 4 or 5 tablespoons of lemon juice. And I'm just eyeballing this. I don't really do a lot of precise measuring, but you can if you want to, and you can add more or less lemon juice depending on how lemony you like it. I like things lemony, so I err on the side of adding more rather than less. Now we're going to add our cream. This is heavy whipping cream, and I'm going to add about 1/4 of a pint. This is half a pint. If you're making this for 2 people, add the whole pint, and maybe you might want to add a little bit more lemon juice then. So here we go. Added our cream. Okay. And that's about right. Okay. And so going to stir this together now. The capers, the lemon juice, and the cream. And what we want to do now is reduce this. So you can see the consistency that it is now, pretty much just like the cream as it came out of the carton. And we want that to thicken up so that the volume that we have in the pan at the end is about half to 1/3 of what we have right now. And so that's going to happen over the next 10 or 12 minutes. I'm going to move the heat back up a little bit in between medium-low and medium, closer to medium. And now I am going to preheat the grill, and I'll come back and show you how to get the swordfish ready to go on. Okay, so I've got the grill preheating, and that's important with fish, because with fish, you don't want them on the grill longer than they have to be because they'll dry out. You want a hot grill, and you want the fish on and off fast. Long enough to cook, but not long enough to dry out. And so this swordfish is a rather small swordfish steak, so it's going to take 6 to 8 minutes. And in order to get it ready to go on the grill, we're just going to take a little bit of olive oil and coat it on both sides. This will help it to stay moist and also not to stick to the grill. We'll just spread the olive oil around like that, and we will flip it over just like that, and we will coat the other side. Alright, there we go. So it's nicely coated now with the olive oil, and it is ready to go on the grill. And I'll show you here how our sauce is looking. You can see that it's bubbling nicely, and so I'm going to give it a stir. We'll stir it regularly as it reduces down, and as it continues to do that, we'll now put the swordfish on the grill. So there's our swordfish on the grill, and it's going to stay on for 6 to 8 minutes. We'll rotate it 1/4 of the way through. We'll flip it, a 1/4 of the way through, and then we'll flip it halfway through and rotate it 90 degrees, and then we'll flip it 3/4 of the way through, so we'll have it evenly cooked on both sides and we'll have nice grill marks. And you can see here how our lemon caper cream sauce is doing. We'll just give it a stir. It looks like it's reducing nicely. Okay, so we've just flipped the swordfish for the first time, and I'm going to start my sides. I'm going to put the swordfish over rice, and I'm going to cheat here, and I'm going to use minute brown and wild rice. I like this because it comes in servings for one, so you can do one of these for about 90 seconds in the microwave for each person, and then pour it right out of here onto the plate and put the fish right over it. And then I'm also going to do asparagus to go alongside it. It goes really well with this dish, and you can even put some of the lemon caper cream sauce over it if you like that, which I do. I like to use pig's sweet, steams right in the bag, 4 minutes in the microwave. I've just flipped the steak, the salmon steak, the swordfish steak for the second time, and I've rotated it so that we'll get those nice grill marks. And as that's grilling, I'm looking at our sauce and it's thickening up nicely, so I'm turning the heat down to medium-low, a little less than that even maybe. I've got the rice going in the microwave, and we're just a few minutes away. And I've just flipped the swordfish for the final time, and the sauce is right where we want it to be, so I've turned the heat all the way down to low. I've got the asparagus heating now. Almost there. Okay, so here is the finished swordfish. You can see those nice crisscross grill marks. It's on top of the brown and wild rice. It's got the asparagus on the side. The last thing we're going to do is just spoon our lemon caper cream sauce, which now looks just like that, right over the top. And you can do as much or as little as you want. You can put it on the side. I like it, so I'm going to give myself a generous portion, and I'm going to put some over my asparagus because I like it on there as well. And I even like some around the sides on rice that's going to be left when I'm done with the swordfish. And there you go. Swordfish grilled with lemon caper cream sauce. And the last thing I have to do is just taste it so that I can tell you how it is. It's delicious. It's the tanginess of the lemon and the hit from the capers and the nice texture and flavor of the swordfish is still coming through in there. Perfect combined with the brown and wild rice and the asparagus on the side, especially with a little bit of the lemon caper cream sauce on it, will be a great addition. So I hope you enjoyed this first ever episode of Dr. Brian's Kitchen. And if you did, I plan to do at least a few more, maybe another couple of weeks or so. We'll do the next one and teach you how to make some of my other favorite meat-based dishes on the grill, and then maybe even this winter, a couple in the crock pot stew type things that'll be good for you to be able to make indoors in the winter. Thanks for joining me. Enjoy.